Welcome to Soul Yoga Online. We hope you enjoy your virtual experience.
The camera, and I will meet you guys on your mat. I always love to have any kind of props. Not that you need them, but I have a couple blocks and a blanket. So we'll head over to the mat here. We are going to start standing. That's my hope anyway. It's a little bit chilly here in the studio this morning, and it's a brisk day. And we've got just a precious amount of time together. So I thought we'd start standing and then shake some things off to start. And then we'll get down into a seat and do a little pranayama before we do a little bit more flow. How's that sound? So just coming onto your mat this morning. It doesn't matter if you're at the front or the middle, just standing, nice and tall. Good morning, everybody. And feel your feet. It's always good to start there. Just really ground down into your feet. Sometimes stepping a little bit wider. Sometimes it feels really natural to have your feet super close together. It feels secure and connected. So perhaps closing your eyes here, feeling your feet on whatever surface you're standing on. I can feel the texture of my yoga mat, that familiar texture and slight stickiness. What are you aware of? And then ever so gradually, just grow the tiniest bit taller. Allow your arms to dangle down at your sides, focusing first on the roots and the feet, and second on the lengthening up. And then let everything in between just expand ever so gently. This doesn't have to be aggressive. And then allow your eyes to open if you feel steady. Take in your surroundings, whatever it may be. Just noticing without judgment. Sometimes it's useful to label items, door, clock, whatever you see. Just bringing yourself into the space that you're in. Beautiful. We'll start with just a few sun breaths. So sweeping the arms out wide, inhaling up over the head and exhaling arms down. This can be open mouth, or you can start right away with the Ujjayi breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. See what suits you best, an open mouth inhale and exhale, or again, a little fire with your practice and the Ujjayi breath. So just 3 more, inhaling, arms up. You can look up, exhaling, arms down. Inhale, exhale. And then focusing right away here on the shoulders, one at a time. Just give the shoulders a little roll. Maybe 5 to 8 rolls, preferably in each direction. It could be just with the shoulder. If it feels good to use the whole arm, go ahead and do that as well. And then work to the other side. And again, the intention here in this practice today is just to move through the whole body, get us awake and lubricated, both directions here with the shoulders, please. And then since we're here, close to the neck, let's go ahead and tend to that a little bit. Small circles, or if it's particularly tender, a little massage, just touching the neck. Keep the jaw soft and relaxed. Keep breathing. It's so nice to be here with you, practicing. Tune into your jaw a little bit as well. Maybe again, circling the jaw or using your hands to give yourself a little massage. So much tension up here in the neck and the shoulders. I'm sure for most of us, maybe it's the nape of the neck or the occipital ridge for you if you've had any headaches lately. Weather changing, pandemic stress. So again, just neck and shoulders. If you feel loose enough, some slightly larger circles, if that feels right, or just dropping the chin to the chest. Breathing into the upper back and the neck. Check in with that breath. And then stand up again into your Tadasana. I'm going to make an adjustment and bring my feet a little bit closer. You might feel steady still. Just close your eyes again, check in after that little bit of effort in the shoulders and the neck, and notice what you're aware of. Soften your jaw. Let's take a few more sun breaths. Arms out wide. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. This isn't about precision right now. It's just about moving, breathing, flowing, and connecting breath to body. Last one. Exhale down. Good. And then step the feet a little bit wide. Work into the hips a little bit. Just circling the hips in some small circles if the hips are tight or tender. Larger circles if you feel a little bit more openness this morning. So I wanted to invite in this concept of exploring our commitment to connection, especially in this time, this turbulent time, chaotic time. You know, I had the pleasure, go in both directions here, had the pleasure of, part of my family is Jewish, and it was a special celebration last night, and they gathered virtually. And just that commitment to staying connected. Stop with your hip circles, pause here, just notice what you're aware of. Maybe place your hands on your heart center. And how does that commitment and your commitment to your connection with your yoga practice, how is that now? You guys are obviously here, so there is a commitment. But we usually need it most in times when we don't have time for it. It's a little bit harder to make that commitment. So just pat yourself on the back for being here, for showing up, taking the time to nourish and nurture yourself through your yoga practice. So again, today, an invitation to do what you need here. Notice what you're aware of in your hips. And we'll cycle down to our knees. So bring your feet back together and underneath you. Just place your hands on the lower thighs or right above the knees and just take some small or generously big circles if you have that openness in the body. And this is just great for bringing a little bit of fluidity into the joints, getting that synovial fluid moving around. Really churning here. This is also good for the ankles. I don't know if you can feel that. Go in both directions. Again, 5 to 8 times on each side. It can be quite organized, or it can be just a little bit more organic. And then rising up to standing, feet a little bit more together and underneath you, as we're going to start to explore our balance a little bit. So standing on whichever foot feels the most supportive, and just lift a knee up. Straighten the leg out. And just do a couple toe touches, leg lifts. Toe touches down, leg lifts up. Touch down, lift up. It's not about how high, it's just about it getting a little bit of movement in here. So touch down, lift up. A couple more times, again, 5 to 8 for you. And then leg down, same leg out to the side. And then see if you can lift it out to the side. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. You might want to bring your arms out for a little more support, or if you've got a wall nearby, use the wall, just lifting and lowering. Same leg, sweep it behind you now. Toe touches down, and just lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Starting to feel how that activation moves into the back side of the body. And then set it down. Let's explore the other side for you. For me, I'm lifting my left knee up, just finding a little bit of balance, extending the leg, and then just touch down and lift up, down and up, down and up. So exploring a little bit of opening balance, but also just building a little bit of, tiny little bit of heat. Again, 5 to 8, and then out to the side for you. Okay, just lift and lower. The height doesn't matter. It's going to be different for everybody. It's the beauty of being in your own home, right? You don't have to worry about comparing yourself to anyone but yourself, right? And then off to the back. Reach that leg back and just lift and lift and lift. Just sort of pumping. And then touch it down, go back to side one, and lifting the knee and taking some circles out to the side, around to the back, front, side, back, front, side, back. Again, an exercise in balance here. You can go slow and see if you can go in both directions. Switch sides. Again, this isn't the part of the practice where we're worrying about precision too much. It's kind of getting the body moving. Both directions if you can. Can you circle your jaw at the same time? Good. And then just notice what you're aware of. Stand down. Place your hands on your heart. Notice your breath. 3 breaths here. Maybe the Ujjayi breath. Maybe a falling out breath. Good. And then we'll just add a little bit of arms to our movement here. Hands back to the hips, reach the toes forward, touching down. Inhale the arms up, right? And this is a little bit of connection here. Lift the leg, lower the arms. Touch down, lift arms. Again, leg up, arms down. Arms up, leg down. And just move in this way. Five to 8 for you, and then pause back in the center. Take that same leg out to the side. Take the arms out. All right. As the leg lifts, the arms lift. Breath may be a little sharper. Might be working a little bit with Ujjayi. Should start to feel a little bit of warming. Again, don't worry about precision. Just getting some movement in. Stop, pause, check in. Same leg, back to the back. Arms up. Right. Lift, lower arms. And pause. Everything on the other side. Arms up, leg forward, lift leg, lower arms. Couple more. And out to the side. Extend the leg out. Arms out to the side. Leg up, arms up. You can use a pace that works for you. Come to completion. Last one, leg back. Here we go, arms down, leg lift. Couple more. And then pause. Stepping right to the front of your mat. Take Tadasana. Check in with your breath. I'm turning the heat off in the studio. Close your eyes. Notice your heartbeat. Be with that breath. Notice what you feel in your hips. Here we go with a few fun breaths. Inhale, arms wide and up ahead or up to the top. Bow forward. Exhale, soft bend to the knees. Come back up. Inhale all the way up. Soft bend, exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here. Soft bend to the knees. Great place for 2 blocks if you have them, or hands close to the ground. Knees are softly bent here. Take a couple breaths. Drop your head down. Just enjoy a bit of a forward fold. Certainly feel free to step your legs wider. Rock a little bit forward and back. Notice what you're aware of. And then plant your hands either right on the mat or again on those 2 blocks if you prefer. Step back to your first downward dog. So remember to bend your knees pretty deeply to start. You can also come from table pose. But bend your knees fairly deeply, almost so they're hovering over the mat. Flip the tailbone up. And from there, start to extend the heel down towards the mat. It's not important or imperative that the legs straighten. So if they don't naturally straighten, please keep them bent. Bring some awareness to the palms of your hands. Spread those palms super wide. Notice your breath. Push into the mat, into the floor, into the earth, and play with this here. Perhaps alternating, bending one knee deeply, pressing the opposite heel down, walking your dog, as they say. Great place to turn on the Ujjayi breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, making some sound with the back of the throat. Eventually, or slowly over the next few breaths, just come to relative stillness for you. And commit here to this downward dog for 5 breaths. Commit to making that connection, hand to yoga mat, mind to body, breath. Nice, slow, generous breath. Notice what is awakening in the body. Notice what is fatiguing, perhaps. And then when you're ready, perhaps one more breath. Come down to child's pose, or simply sitting on your knees and your shins. Bring your hands to your thighs. Your choice. Child's pose would feel good. Bring that forehead down to the mat. Feel free to drape your arms around your body. And sitting on your shins feels grounding and stabilizing. Go there. So after our initial movement and exploration of the body and the joints, and just land here in a little bit of stillness. And we'll move again. I'm going to pause here, either sitting on your knees or in child's pose. Just for some slow, deep breaths. You can imagine filling the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Some of you know this as Durga breath. Just think about really filling the body with breath here. Making a great effort to be full and a great effort to empty fully. Commit to about 3 more of those. Face relaxed, jaw relaxed. Beautiful. This opportunity for connection is always with us, just a choice. Can we pause long enough to center, to connect inwardly and also with those that we love? So return to downward dog once again. We'll flow a little bit, and we'll come back to this towards the end of the practice. Coming to downward dog, planting those hands once again. Looking at the hands, spreading them nice and wide. Feel the toes tuck under and the hips lift. Sit bones pressing up and back. Heart, chest, and head melting down towards those knees and the thighs. Adjust the stance accordingly for your body. And just pedal the heels down once again. If you have any shoulder tension, which is very common, please be mindful of overusing the downward dog. Dolphin pose can be a wonderful option. I can just demo that here on your forearms. You can open and work into the shoulders in a different way. So consider that as an option as well. Take one more nice big breath in and empty it out. Mindfully walk your feet to the front of the mat. Take your time. One step at a time. Feels nice and opening on the back body. Fold into the thighs here. Shake out the head a bit. Ground through the feet. Rise up with a flat back or curl up. Inhale, reach up, open your eyes, look up. Little bit of a back bend. And exhale, palms to the heart. Let's go again. Sweep the arms wide. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Stop here for a halfway lift. You can use 2 blocks, or you can put your hands on your thighs or your shins. Lift and look forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Place your hands somewhere comfortable. Right leg only reaches back. Drop that knee firmly down onto the ground for support. And inhale, lift the torso up. Stay close to the ground if you need to, or feel free to reach the arms up if you feel open in the body. Exhale, float the hands back down. Step right forward this time. Halfway lift again. Long, flat back, and exhale, fold. Other foot steps back here. Left foot, drop the knee down. Pause for a moment. Sense into what's your best option. Maybe rising up. Feeling that opening through the front of the left hip if you're with me. Always options, always. You know them. If you don't in your head, your body will tell you. Commit to connecting to the wisdom of the body. Hands back down, step forward. Halfway lift, inhale, long spine, exhale, fold it down. Flat back if you can, so knees bent, reach arms wide. Inhale, up, and exhale, palms to the heart. Hands on the hips, reach the right toes back as we did a little bit earlier. Pause here. Squeeze the elbows together. Lift the right leg up and just hover there. So we did toe taps earlier. Just lift the leg and hold it there. So balancing on that left foot. Breathe. If you can, extend the arms up. If you want an added challenge, reach the arms forward, taking Virabhadrasana 3 here. Extending through the arms and the legs. All of these are options. Just lifting that right leg is what's important here. Feeling activation along the backside, right? From the hamstrings, the glutes, the erector spinae, wherever you are. Wherever you are, we're gonna step back to lunge. So you're gonna bend through that left leg. Reach those right toes as far back as you can, gracefully touching down if possible. Pause, find your balance, send the hips down, let the torso rise. Inhale, arms up. Palms spread wide, lift the heart, open up. Breathe here. And then spin that right heel down, open to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Send the arms forward and back. Sink in. If it's too much with the arms, simply take the arms out. Bring the hands to the hips, palms to the heart center. Commit to 5 breaths here. Do you feel stable in your body? Close your eyes. If you want to work some subtlety, lift the pelvic floor, lift the arch of the right and the left foot. Soften through your jaw. Good. If your arms are not extended, go ahead and extend them. Gaze over the left middle finger. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back. High plank, first one of the day, perhaps. Holding here at the top. Option to put the knees down. It's a great option. Breathe in here at the top. Committing to 4 more of those breaths. Ujjayi if you wish, or open mouth. Legs squeezing together. 2 more breaths, guys. Stay with me, stay with each other. 1 more breath. Bend the knees a little, press the hips up, sit bones up, downward dog. Exhale. Find that downward dog just for a moment. I'm not going to stay here for long, and then go ahead and walk forward. 1 foot, the other foot, slowly exploring as you walk forward. Pause here at the top, halfway lift, long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold it down, soft bend the knees, arms go wide. Use your back here, lift and rise up. Little back bend, palms to the heart. Pause here. Close your eyes if you wish. Notice what you hear. Sometimes we hear the thoughts in our heads. Sometimes we hear the bird song outside. It's a windy day here in my world. Just notice what is present here right now for you. Let's play with that same sequence on the other side. Hands to hips, reach the toes of the left foot back. Balance here on the right foot. Just simply lift the left leg. Doesn't have to be high. In fact, you can certainly keep the left toes down. You can certainly use a wall, right? And then when you're ready, add options if you feel like you need it. Reaching the arms up, perhaps. Reaching the arms forward, perhaps dipping the body forward, reaching. If you want to do Warrior 3 without the arms, you could certainly place the hands on the right thigh, but flatten out the torso here. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are together. Soft bend to that front knee as you reach towards the back of the mat with the left toes. Land. Crescent lunge here. Pause, find your stability. Peel yourself and your torso up, adding the arms if you wish. Again, always so many options. If you want more of a back bend here, go ahead, right? Take the arms wide or elbows wide, or reach the arms behind the back if you want to work into the shoulders. Right? You can stay high. You can drop that back knee down. If you like the benefits of this posture, stay. If you want to move on to a little more stability and grounding, warrior two. Always options. Take the hands out. If you feel stable, please close your eyes. Commit to 5 breaths here. Subtle adjustments, perhaps drawing the navel in, sending the tail down a wee bit, maybe deepening, maybe easing off a bit. Float the arms up, gaze over the front hand, cartwheel the hands down. We'll meet in plank pose. Plank has many options. You can certainly drop the knees down. You can kick the ankles up and pause here. We'll be here. 4 more breaths. Downward dog, just as a pass through. It doesn't mean you don't pay attention and connect. Take a couple breaths there. And then walk, step or jump to the front. If you're feeling more energetic, jump forward, halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold it down. Rise all the way up with a flat back. If you can, reach up, little back bend, palms to the heart. Close your eyes, connect, check in, just 5 breaths here. Your Tadasana. Perhaps again, subtle adjustments now. Feel the arches of the feet lift. Pelvic floor perhaps lifting. Belly drawing in. Crown of the head lengthening up. Soft through the jaw. Fill the body with breath. And really find your steadiness here. You're going to open your eyes and find a spot to gaze on. Work into a little balancing. Fix your eyes softly on that spot. Ground into whichever foot feels like it will support you the best here to start, and lift the other knee up. Just how we open. So lifting that knee up, pausing here. Take a couple breaths. Stay there, but send the knee out to the side without putting the foot on the inner thigh. Just keep that knee out to the side. If it's your right knee, take your right arm out and press on the inner thigh or the inner knee and press the knee into the hand. So just a little bit of resistance here, right? And lengthen up through the crown of the head simultaneously. So feel a little resistance, press to the inner knee or the inner thigh. The inner thigh presses back, heart lifts up. You feel a little opening across the chest as well. Pause there. Bring that knee back to the front and center, still keeping it lifted if you can. Grab around the kneecap, squeeze it in for a moment. Pause here. Roll out the right ankle if you're on that side, or the left ankle if you're on that side. Noticing what a balance challenge does for you. Roll in the other direction. Breathe. Good. And then set that foot down. Right into the other side for you. Lifting that opposite knee up. Pause there just for a moment. Gaze cast somewhere steady. And then take the knee out to the side. Same side arm presses to the inner knee or the inner thigh. And you're just creating a little bit of a seal, actually, just like you do with Namaste when you push your palms together. So press the knee into the inner hand or the outer hand. And feel how that opens up the chest as well. Pause here, breathe. So you're activating the inner thigh and the muscles of the arms that pushed back. Come back to the front and center. Wrap both hands around that knee, squeeze it in, lift the heart up a wee bit, pause. And then set it down. We're just going to work one pose here, working with that same concept. So come into Warrior Two Base. This is a great place to have a block if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. Right? I'm working with my left knee bent. So I'm going to take my left hand down to the block or to the floor, or just grab onto the inner ankle. My tricep or the back of my elbow is pressing into the knee and creating that same seal here. So the knee is actively pressing in. The inner thigh is awake and alive. The hand is acting as a wall. From there, let the shoulder and the chest open up. Reach the right arm up if you're on this side. Don't crank your head. You can look down if it feels good. Back leg is really alive and awake here, strong. Activating those inner thighs. Your top arm can reach straight up as though your chest is splitting in two, lengthening up through the fingertips. As an alternative, you can reach that arm alongside the head like the horizon and breathe here. Make a commitment to hold this for 5 breaths. Stay active, pressing the inner thigh into the back of that arm. Feel that opening across the chest. Waking up, breathe. Probably one more breath. Help yourself up slowly. Ooh, feel that. Turn towards the long edge of your mat. Feet parallel with the front and the back. Pause here. Notice what you're aware of. Maybe place the hands on the belly and the chest. Check in with a couple breaths. And let's explore the other side. Your other side. Carry that block along perhaps. Or again, you can use a large can of soup. You can use books. You can use your body. You can grab the ankle. So on this side, same side arm reaches down. Right? Grabbing on and creating this seal. Right? You're pressing the knee into the tricep or the back of the elbow and then reaching down for the block or the ankle. You should feel this. It should feel like work. Right? Activating the back leg as well, hugging the muscles to the bones here. Look down perhaps at the toe. Feel that connection. Extending the free arm up or up over the ear. Committing to 5 breaths. Please be super gentle with your neck. I know in this posture it's a bit fierce and we can get stuck creating tension, so stay soft in the jaw. Let your eyes find a place to gaze that it feels relaxing in the neck. You can also take a half bind if that's in your practice. Probably one more nice breath and then float up. Pause here. Feel that. Feel the body flood with relief. Palms to the heart center, perhaps. Notice what you're aware of. Similar concept here. We'll explore. You'll bring the heels and the toes out. So still a nice wide stance. Bend the knees so the hips are roughly parallel with the knees. Could be higher, could be even lower. Bring the hands down to the knees and then slide them down to the ankles. Take the elbows, press them into the inner knee. Press the elbows back and press the knee into the elbows, creating that same feel here. You're gonna feel this. Hips draw down, heart lifts and pulls forward, and you're pressing the knees back with the elbows. Grabbing on for dear life, if you can, with the ankles or the outer edge of the foot, or just use open hands here, right? You can also do this fairly upright, pressing the hands into the inner thighs and the knees. But feel that seal, just as you do in Namaste, the palms together. 5 breaths here, wherever you choose to be. Stay with the breath. Stay committed to your connection to the breath. A little bit of side-to-side movement might help facilitate a little bit more softening and receptivity. If you feel that this is intense, that's okay, because it is. Even for the most open and flexible, it is. Couple more breaths here. Sliding yourself up if you're down. Stay in that squat a little bit longer, a little bit side-to-side movement perhaps, and then push through the heels. Rise up. Adjust the feet if you need to for 5-pointed star. Reach the palms out. Crown of the head up. Legs active and awake. Close your eyes here. Couple breaths. Release the hands down to the hips. Toe heel your feet together. You're still going to face the long edge of the mat. Do something a little bit tricky here today. I'll show you. But first, we're going to work again with lifting. We'll go right knee this time. I'm not mirroring you. So lift your right knee up. Grab onto the knee or freestyle it. Open the knee out to the side. Take that right hand down to the inner knee again. See if you want to reach down for the big toe. Right? Here's your option. Stay here, just work with that, or send the leg out. Opposite arm can reach out to counterbalance a little bit. Breathe. It's a bit like 5-pointed star in that you're lengthening out through all limbs. Crown of the head up, heels awake, palms spread wide, heart lifting. So if you're not in the full expression, that's okay. Just open up here, balance, breathe. Everybody release. Close everything back into the center. Set the foot down. Other side. Ground into the standing leg. Lift that opposite leg. For me, it's the left. Start with opening it out to the side. Again, it might be a free balance for you, and repeat what we did previously, pressing through the inner thigh, the inner knee. Option to grab onto the toe. Option to extend the leg out, counterbalancing with a bit of a stretch of the arm in the opposite direction. Lift up through the heart. Breathe here. If you have a yoga strap, this is a wonderful option too. Soft breath, remember your options, right? Could just be with the knee bent. And bring everything back into the center. And give you a moment to play with this next option. The first part of it, however, is just simply a forward fold. And then you'll find your toes and you'll reach the leg out to the side. So I'll show you. Inhaling up. You can just watch for a moment and then you can play. I'll fold forward. I'll find my feet, and I'll take, in this case, my right feet sign fingers to my big toe. A block can be handy too here, just to support the left hand. I'm going to lift that right knee into my chest, and I'm going to sweep that leg out to the side. Right, in the beginning of practice, we did a little side leg lift. It's using those same muscles, but you grab the toe, lift the leg out to the side. Now you can hold it here, right? If you're feeling adventurous, you can rise all the way up to where we just came from. And you can go all the way back down. And somebody asked for core work. This is core. It's inner thigh, it's core. So at your level and at your desire for exploration, come into a forward fold. And just play here. It might just be that you're lifting the legs out to the side, getting a little outer leg strengthening. Really great place to work. It might be that you're grabbing onto the toe and lifting it out to the side and holding. And again, it might be that you're coming all the way up to standing. You practiced. I'll be with you in breath. Flirting with both sides. For most of you, this will be an adventure, hopefully a curious adventure. You can also commit to holding any part or any krama for 5 steady, solid breaths. When you feel complete, either enjoying forward fold, actually let's meet there in a forward fold. And if you can, cross the right ankle over the left. Enjoy this forward fold with the leg crossed. Nice place for 1 or 2 blocks, again, if you have them, just to support you. Bend and straighten the legs a little bit. And switch sides, crossing the left ankle in front of the right. As we come to the cooling part of the practice here, just noticing where you are. Take inventory of the space around you again, the sounds around you. Notice if you're breathing. Uncross. You can choose just to take 1 forward fold here, or if downward dog is a better forward fold option for you, then enjoy a final downward dog. Right? Forward fold is of course a component of downward facing dog. If you look at the angle of the hips. Of course, it adds a lot of strengthening and sometimes pressure on the shoulders. We're going to meet seated. I'm going to sit on my shins, with my tush on my heels. You could sit cross-legged if you wish. You could sit similar to me with a block between your ankles. Somewhere where the spine can be lifted. Shoulders relaxed down the back with ease. No struggle here. So find a seat that is without struggle. Take inventory of your breath body. Check in with the breath. Work a little bit more into the shoulders here before we come onto our back. So as we did in the beginning of class, take a couple rolls of the shoulders simultaneously this time in the interest of time, both directions. And then a little wee circle of the neck and the head, not a giant circle, just a small circle, like the size of a teacup saucer. And then bring the arms forward. So eagle arms if you can. For those of you that's just a struggle, just reach your arms around you like you're giving yourself a hug. Around the spine, drop the chin into the chest, whether you have eagle arms or you're giving yourself a hug. And just feel the back body exposed, back of the neck, space between the shoulder blades, mid-back, kidneys, and lower back. Just curling in as much as you can. In that small space, breathe. Use your breath as a softening agent. Breathe into those places of tension, curled into this tiny little space or this tiny little ball. Rise up slowly. Switch sides. In between, you might feel a desire to open up, perhaps just lean back a little bit. Come right into the other side. And eagle arms are just wrapping the body up. You could also just push the forearms together and curl into the self. Right? So really just exposing the back body. Tuck the chin in, as though you are protecting the softest, most vulnerable parts of yourself. Use that breath to breathe into the lower back, the kidneys, space under the shoulder blades, the back of the neck. And then as you're ready, come up. Release your hands. And just turn your head right and left, exploring the range of motion there. We'll come onto our backs. So I'm going to invite you guys to take time, if you have time at home, to luxuriate in a bit longer of a closing. We have about 5 minutes left together. I'd love to invite you into a little bit of work with bridge, but that leaves you with really no time. So if you want to ride into a little bit more asana or play with a little bit more asana and then take shavasana on your own, you can. Otherwise, you can start to settle into shavasana. It's the beauty of a home practice. If you have a little space and time, do so. I'm taking just a little bridge here to work into the back of the neck. You might feel inclined to do that as well. If legs up wall is a nice option for you and you're near a wall, you could do that. You could also slide a block under your sacrum. Right? If you need more stretch in the shoulders, bridge is a great option to bring the arms underneath, interlacing the fingers. If you're heading into Shavasana, go ahead and lower down. A twist is often a very nice way to soothe the nervous system at the end of the practice, as well as just counteract any back bending. So let this be a little bit of a freestyle. Listening into your body now that you're connected. Notice what you need. Honor what you need. With your eyes closed, perhaps Notice your space without your eyes. Perhaps feel the texture of the surface beneath you. Notice sounds around you. I'm going to twist on the other side. Just notice where you are. I really want to honor each and every one of you for committing to yourselves and to your practice, but also to committing to this community. It's still very much real that we are together. There's about 35 or 40 people in this class right now doing yoga, breathing. And the most beautiful thing is some of our largest group practices have come as a result of this virtual opportunity. So imagine that and feel into that. And just know that your commitment to yourself is also serving and supporting the community. And thank you for that. And if you haven't made your way into Shavasana, go ahead. Lying on your back or your belly or your side, just anywhere that is comfortable. I'm going to invite you into that Shavasana and allow you to finish it on your own. And take a couple breaths and just allow yourself to be supported and drop in. Make sure your jaw is soft. Maybe take a swallow. Allow yourself to go deep into that place of stillness that is ever present and always there to support you. A few more breaths here, just settling in. And I will say goodbye and thank you from here, but please continue on. Rest, nourish, and take great care. Namaste.
Visit us online at soulyoga.org for details on a private session or public class. Namaste.